Hi, my name is Robert Blalock. I'm a professor and vice chair in the Department of Urology at the University of California, San Francisco. I'm also co-founder of Integrum Therapeutics, where we're aiming to advance cancer immunotherapy in a new direction. If you're 50 years or older, like myself, you almost certainly have some cancer-like cells in your body right now. But fortunately, you also likely have a robust immune response, where T cells can come along and recognize those cancer cells as abnormal and kill them. However, cancer cells can adapt by expressing a protein called PD-L1 on their cell surface. This protein can then interact with another protein called PD-1, which is on the cell surface of T cells. This interaction leads to the death of T cells. In this way, the cancer cell can evade the immune system, grow, and progress. Arguably, the greatest breakthrough in cancer therapeutics in the past decade has been the development of antibodies to these two proteins. These antibodies block their interaction, enabling the T cell to survive and kill the cancer cell. The therapeutic response has been remarkable. Patients that had previously been considered incurable were suddenly being cured. In this graphic, I'm showing a survival curve. As many of you know, current chemotherapeutics typically extend lifespan for a few months. In contrast, antibodies to PD-1, PD-L1 have led to long-term durable responses in a significant fraction of patients, shown in this blue line and smiley face. While this response has been absolutely remarkable, there remains a large fraction, actually a majority of patients, that are non-responsive to these current antibody therapies. Indeed, even in the best case scenarios, melanoma, renal cell carcinoma, non-small cell lung cancer, we're seeing only response rates of 20 to 32%. In other cancers, like prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer, we're seeing little to no response. We have evidence showing that this incomplete response is due to incomplete blockade of PD-1, PD-L1 function. Therefore, our therapeutic goal is to enhance this blockade, enabling us to treat patients that are currently showing primary resistance to the antibody therapies. Importantly, we have discovered a novel pathway which is acting orthogonally to the current therapeutics, enabling us to target this pathway such that it could either act as a standalone therapy or in conjunction with the current therapeutics to increase the response rate among patients. As an initial indication, we chose to focus on prostate cancer. Now, I told you earlier that human prostate cancer has to date been unresponsive to PD-1, PD-L1 blockade therapies. Similarly, mouse models are also showing resistance to these antibodies, as exemplified here. As you can see, the no treatment versus a PD-1, PD-L1 show overlapping curves, so really no effect of the inhibitors. To test our pathway, we removed a single target within that pathway and asked how did that influence survival. So once again, you can see in this black line that no treatment, all the mice die by 70 days. In contrast, when we remove this one target from the pathway, we see a dramatic extension of lifespan. Indeed, we still have mice living in the lab today that are older than 150 days, which is twice as long as any of the mice in the no treatment control, suggesting that we may have a durable response. Therefore, our goal is to develop drugs to this target and associated targets within the pathway. Robust repression of any of these targets would be expected to give a similar remarkable response. To do this, we put together a highly experienced team, including myself and 3 other scientists. I myself have over 30 years of research experience and 12 years of running my own small business called the Blalock Lab at UCSF. The 3 other scientists combined have over 40 years of experience, including experience in assay development, modeling cancer in mice, and big data analysis. The market opportunity is huge. A focus on prostate cancer is on patients that have currently failed the standard of care treatments of today. In the US alone, this represents 28,000 patients. If you multiply that times the cost of current immunotherapeutics, you get to a market of $4.2 billion. And that's only in the US. And that, more importantly, that's only prostate cancer. Given the biology, we expect these therapies to expand into many other cancers and even the majority of cancer patients, leading to obviously a much huger market. Given the remarkable success of PD-1 and PD-L1 inhibitors, the landscape has become highly competitive. However, a vast majority of the companies remain focused on biologics, specifically antibodies that target directly the PD-1, PD-L1 interaction. Some more forward-thinking companies like Bristol Myers Squibb and Corvus Pharmaceuticals have been developing small molecules. Small molecules have the advantage that they are lower cost in production, they often have better penetration in the tumor, and they have the possibility of being given orally rather than IV. However, they continue to focus on blocking directly the interaction between PD-L1 and PD-1. We at Integrum Therapeutics also aim to develop small molecule therapeutics, but focusing on a novel regulatory pathway. And as such, we expect we will have both a standalone drug as well as something that could synergize with the other immunotherapeutics. We have filed a provisional patent covering the targets as well as assays measuring the activity of those targets. This was filed by UCSF with a priority date of March 2019. Our immediate goal is to use our patent assays to find small molecule inhibitors of the pathway, optimize those molecules, and test their safety and efficacy in preclinical mouse models. We expect we'll be able to get that done in 2 years at a very reasonable cost. Our business model is relatively straightforward. We propose to develop these drugs and bring them through phase 1 and early phase 2, at which point we will go for a public offering or acquisition in order to raise the capital and have the infrastructure to bring these drugs to market. The opportunity to exit or go public is well supported by recent acquisitions and IPOs. Here I just show you 3 examples of companies in the immunotherapeutic arena that have exited or been acquired at phase 1 or phase 2 with very high valuations, from $71 million to $400 million. So to summarize, we have a novel pathway, a large market opportunity, and a highly experienced team. We hope you will join us in Integrum Therapeutics in our goal to find a cure for the millions of patients afflicted with cancer. Thank you.